With just 3 episodes left in the series, we're getting close to the moment where we can determine whether the production crew is prepared and able to bring all the disparate stories together in a logical manner. No matter how careful Dexter is, there will always be loose ends in his universe. However, loose ends can be entertaining. It turns out that, the kill room where it happens, has a few more intriguing storylines, suggesting that Dexter and, seemingly, other characters are in for even more upheaval. Episode 8 of Dexter, Resurrection opens with Angel, David Zayas, reviewing his Dexter notes in his room. Now that he has his tracker installed in Dexter's vehicle, he has started to chart his daily activities in hopes of seeing a difference that would provide him with concrete proof. Here, we comprehend his enthusiasm and motivations. Dexter caused a great deal of destruction in Miami, but Angel's quest for justice verges on obsession, and as we learn later, it also causes others to wonder what he's up to and whether he is who he claims to be. With varying degrees of success, Dexter, Michael C. Hall, keeps trying to balance his relationships with friends, family, and the dark passenger. Eric Stonestreet, is the only member of Prater's, Peter Dinklage, Kill Club remaining, and Dexter is thrilled to be finished with this gang at last as well as to sate the dark passenger's thirst. However, has made the decision to see a play and then leave town right away, so Dexter changes his plans only to have Al go at the half, leaving Dexter feeling like he lost out and hungry. The small kill room he has set up, nevertheless, won't be wasted. Harrison, Jack Alcott, feels better after he calls Dexter for additional guidance, particularly with Elsa's, Emilia Suarez, shady landlord. Dexter offers to simply speak with the landlord. Naturally, Dexter invites the landlord to his table, and for a few reasons, that's when things start to get interesting. First, Angel is pursuing him after tracking him here. Additionally, it sounded like Dexter wasn't going to kill him in his statement to the landlord, but we never find out because Dexter has to release him in order to get away before Angel discovers him. However, Dexter locates the tracking device and destroys it, leaving Angel in a precarious situation. Detective Wallace, Katia Saraf, is drawn to Angel's actions and starts investigating the Bay Harbor butcher case. She and Detective Oliva, Dominic Famusa, start to question Angel's intentions when he asks them to inspect the murder room. Wallace investigates more and even contacts Det. Quinn, Desmond Harrington, in Miami, where she learns that Angel is retired and no longer a police officer. This twist is entertaining, as Det. Dexter has loved this type of turn of events throughout the years, and Wallace is starting to see Angel with a great deal of suspicion. He notices, however, that Dexter appears content with obtaining justice while enjoying a pleasant supper with his son Harrison, who is overjoyed that the landlord is no longer an issue. Not by murder alone. It's a nice time for them to bond. However, everything comes to a complete stop when Prater arrives at the restaurant, referring to him as Red, and saying that he was unaware that he had a son. Given the odd mixture of surprise and rage on Dexter's face, it would be an understatement to say that the tone changed rapidly. We'd want to learn about additional difficulties. As usual, Dexter's life and this program seem to have an endless number of moving components. Given Charley's earlier discussion with Prater about his suspicions about Red due to her lack of knowledge about him, the last scenario involving Prater shouldn't be that shocking. However, Dexter has dealt with this type of issue all of his life, so it should be interesting to watch how he handles it. But the little exchange he had with Blessing, Ntare Guma Mbaho Mwine, about a mistake he made in sharing some of his past with his daughter sounded awkward and forced, almost like an afterthought. There are always aspects of Dexter's universe that you have to accept with a grain of salt. Instead of obsessing over how he keeps getting out of tight situations, you should appreciate how the show skillfully ties everything together while maintaining a fair dosage of surprise. It's also fascinating how they are rewriting the plot with Angel, creating a scenario that appears to be a disaster for him but could provide Dexter with a solution. He has yet to find a method of getting rid of Angel short of killing him. Even though there are just 2 episodes left in the season, Dexter, Resurrection Episode 8 added some new twists and pandemonium rather than just starting to tie loose ends together. It is difficult to predict how things will play out at this point, and that is no minor feat for a show and a character who have been there for nearly 2 decades in various versions.